If you're looking for cash flow and passive income, you might come looking at Bryan and College Station, Texas, because of course it's a college town. College kids will pay anything for rent. You can make a bunch of money the easy way. Wrong. Take it from somebody who grew their portfolio from a cockroach-infested fourplex to now over $2.5 million, all right here in Bryan and College Station. It is not nearly as easy as it seems. Today I'm going to share with you the 5 brutally honest truths about trying to grow your real estate portfolio here in Bryan and College Station. But at the very end, I'm going to share with you how and why I continue to grow my portfolio right here in town and how I've made it work. Stay tuned. This can be a good one. Truth number 1 is that this is not a cash flowing market, in the sense that you will not easily find a 1% rule deal here in town. In fact, I only see about 1 or 2 per year. And the truth is, my own portfolio, none of the properties, 0 of the properties I purchased day 1 were a 1% rule deal, but they all now cash flow. So how do you find a cash flowing property in town? I have 4 ways that you can find cash flow or make cash flow, and they all involve work. 1, work to find an off-market deal here in town. 2, work to rehab a property so that it can then fit into the 1% rule by increasing the rent and increasing the value. 3, work to run it as an Airbnb. Or 4, work harder at your day job to save more money so you can put more money down, because of course if you buy something in cash, it still cash flows. So unless you're willing to do one of the 4 works, you're probably not going to easily find cash flow here in Bryan and College Station. Truth number 2, death and taxes, well, really just taxes. In this case, property taxes. If you're an out-of-state investor and you're not used to Texas taxes, just know that as a rule of thumb, that property is going to cost you 2% of the purchase price in taxes every year. So if you're looking at a $300,000 house, just know that you're going to pay $6,000 per year or $500 per month in property taxes. And of course, that's eating in to your cash flow. Truth number 3 is that if you're looking for a crash in the market to take advantage of a downturn, to buy properties at a discount, it simply does not happen in Bryan and College Station. Let me give you a little history lesson. Going all the way back to 1990, because that's as far back as the data goes that I have, the median house price has increased every single year except for 3 years. There have only been 3 down years in the housing market in Bryan and College Station since 1990. And in each one of those years, the downturn was less than 1%. Guys, the truth is, it is very rare and very uncommon for Bryan and College Station to have a crash. So if you're looking to buy low and sell high based on a market that's crashed, this just isn't the market for you. We're pretty steady, which is a good thing. That's why I like the fact it's steady. But if you're looking to buy low, sell high, it hasn't happened. So, truth number 3. We still have 2 difficult truths to go, and I'm already depressed, guys. Yes, it can be difficult to grow your wealth through real estate here in Bryan and College Station. But the good news is my YouTube channel specifically breaks down how I've done it and how my clients are doing it every single day. So go ahead and subscribe to that channel. Honestly, feel free to stop watching this video if it's too depressing. There is ways to make money here in Bryan and College Station. But if you want to know the other difficulties, we'll roll into truth number 4. And that is that Texas A&M is the economic driver. In fact, I looked up a stat that it's nearly 20% of our GDP. That is a huge percentage of our economy. We are highly reliant on a single source, that is Texas A&M University. Now, I think that that's a pretty strong source for the economy, but back in the day, folks that thought that Ford was a good driver of the economy in Detroit, and we know how that turned out. So if you don't like the idea that we're not a diverse economy, then this probably isn't a good fit for you. But if you believe in Texas A&M as an entity, as a being, as a source of higher education for years to come, then maybe it's okay that we rely on the Aggies as much as we do. Truth number 5 is that student renters are more difficult than you would think. And it's not for the reason that you think. You see, everybody assumes that the student renters are going to be harder on the properties, that they are going to have higher turnover, that they're going to have more maintenance issues. And all that is true, but the real difficulty, the real truth about why students are a pain is that their parents are a huge pain. It's like being micromanaged by mom. I've dealt with that. That's the real pain about dealing with the students. The students, honestly, not that bad. The helicopter mom, who used to be a soccer mom, used to drive a minivan, now she drives a Tahoe, she is a pain. The real truth is it's hard. It's hard everywhere. I don't believe that there's a town out there that doesn't have its own version of hard. Here in College Station, we have high property taxes, hard to find cash flow, and helicopter parents. But other markets have their own problems. I chose Bryan-College Station a little over 5 years ago, back in 2019, with the goal to start a family and grow a real estate portfolio. And I'm happy to announce I've done both. I went from me and my wife and a dog to now one kid with one on the way. I went from a cockroach-infested fourplex to now over 25 units, all here in Bryan-College Station, and I can't wait to buy my next one. Hopefully, you like the idea of investing in Bryan-College Station. If so, you should probably subscribe to the channel. If you're ready to take the leap to buy your next property, or maybe you're going to sell a property, we help people do that. We help people grow their wealth through real estate at the Schwartz Realty Group. We're a Keller Williams team, and we help investors just like you grow their wealth here in town. If this video brought you any kind of value, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button, but my only real request is until next week when I drop the next video, is that you just take it easy. I'll see you then.